Hello, beautiful people. Thank you for tuning in. This is a little oasis of breathing, slowing down, moving, and tapping back into our true calm nature. Today we're going to do tapping. So that's going to be to get the circulation going in our bodies and to really make a nice connection between our sensations, our minds, our feeling, and our bodies themselves. So we want to be embodied. We don't want to be disconnected. So one of the positions we're going to use is cupping. So we have a soft palm when we're doing the cupping, not a flat palm, as soft as though you were going to have a little bit of nectar or a little bit of liquid that you could drink. Now for the tapping part, we use the pads of the fingers very gently. And I think you can see we want a very loose wrist. So let's just shake out our wrists a little bit, just shaking them very nice and loose, let them flop gently. We want suppleness in the bend of the wrist. And then a little chi exercise. We have our forearms pretty much perpendicular to the ground, and we're going to slowly twist the palms. So the forearm is twisting. And once you get the hang of this, just gently, incrementally start speeding up the twisting. And you might find that it becomes a lovely blur. And it wakes up the forearms, the hands, because one of the things we really want is circulation. We want to untangle any knots or blockages in our energy system. And then just shake out the fingers, down, down, down. And just pause for a moment and see how your hands and forearms feel. And as we do this, let's consciously bring ourselves into our breath. Let's take a breath in. Let out a lovely sigh. We want to really empty out the old air. When your body needs a breath in, drink it in, fill up, and exhale. All the way to the natural ending for you. And one more time. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Rashi. Hi, Anne. And the mystery and the magnificence of being in one room with a computer and connecting to all kinds of amazing people. So here we go. I'm going to step back a little bit so you can see what's happening. You can stay seated if you wish. We're going to stand up in a little bit, but we're going to do some tapping in the upper body. So as always, we want to have that lovely suspension, lightness floating in the head, a feeling of height connecting to our own soul star above. And here in the seat, we have our hips rooted and we have our feet on the floor. Our spine is like a mystical mountain. The channel within is very clear. And we've already opened up our breath a little bit. So let's take one of our hands in the cupping position, and we're going to cup on the opposite side of the chest very lovingly. And remember, it's not only what we're doing, but it's how we're doing it. So we're gentle, we're breathing, and we're also feeling appreciation for the beautiful body that we have. So across the lungs, across the chest. And now we're going to reach over that shoulder. You can bend the neck away. And you're cupping some of those muscles that often get tense. And you're breathing into the area that you're feeling. The area that you're cupping is receiving sensation as well. So it's a biofeedback loop we're creating. Now we're going to cup along the back side of the arm, shoulders relaxed, sitting tall. And each time we cup, we're stimulating and we're also pulling out any old energy that needs to go in order to be fresh. So cupping all the way to the wrist, the back of the hand, the backs of the fingers and the thumbs, all those nails. And then we sit up and we make a broad clapping sound, clearing the energy. We go back to cupping now, and we're going to cup up the inside the tender side of that same arm into the elbow, coming up into the inner arm, and then come a little bit into the armpit and up and down the side of the rib cage. You can do like I am, resting your hand on the top of your head so that there's no effort involved. Breathe richly here. Let's take a little moment and relax. Feel whatever sensations you've drummed up, and also deepen your commitment to your breathing. Now, deepening the breath doesn't mean tightening it up or getting aggressive with the breath. It just means going deeper into the sensing. You may feel a lovely sense of tingling or aliveness in that arm. That's energy moving. What do you say we do the other side? So lovingly cup the new hand, and we're going to love pat back and forth over the chest. This also gives you a bit of stimulus so that you can breathe into this area. We're waking things up. We're bringing the blood to circulate, and we're making the mind-body connections. Lean the head away and start to tap and pat those neck and shoulder muscles. Breathe into them, sigh out any tension. And then we're going to come along the outside of that arm, relaxing the shoulders and sitting tall, cupping, stimulating, pulling out old energy over the fingers, the fingernails, and then clapping, nice clear sound. Breathing deeply, smoothly, gently. And now coming up the inside of that arm, the inside of the elbow, coming up the bicep, and then swing around to the armpit area. You can rest that hand on your head. And we want to get into the armpit, give a little stretch to the side body. Using this opportunity to expand the breath into the side lungs as well. Okay, relax, fluff a little bit. See how that feels. Your arms may even want to float spontaneously. Any spontaneous, authentic movement that arises from these practices, let it happen. It's a gift. Now we're going to stand up because we're going to take some of that tapping, cupping energy into the lower body. So you want to stand up here, feel your feet, and take a moment to really sense your feet and their contact places with the earth. And imagine that her energy rises up through you to help you connect to your star above, and that energy from the cosmic gifts comes down through you. So both of those circulatory systems of the great elements of earth and sky are informing your posture. And we can borrow from that energy to help us be strong. We don't have to do it all by ourselves. There's elemental energies. So some of you who might be at home alone, you've always got the company of those grand elements. So here we're going to come and we're going to cup. Let's start on the right side. We're going to cup up and down from about the hip, up the liver, along lots of organs. You don't even have to know where they all are because they're all getting woken up and stimulated. And now we're going to bend the other knee, and we're going to take the hands down the back and side. You're cupping all the way down. If you can't reach all the way to your ankle, just imagine, go as far as you can, and imagine energy hands continuing all the way down. Get behind that ankle. And then you can turn the foot, pivot on the heel, and we're going to cup up the front and inside of the leg. Coming up to the groin area over the hip, and we're going to do that one more time. So we're coming down the outside and the back. And then swinging around, pivoting on the foot if you like, coming up the inside and the front. And then pause for a moment. Let's always take those opportunities to feel. Notice if that leg and hip feel more awake or alive, or you perceive them differently. The body's always speaking to us, but often the body is speaking in very gentle language. So we need to tap in and listen to what's happening. So now, of course, we're going to do the other side. So we're cupping up and down. This would be your left side, or it doesn't matter if you're, mirroring me or whatever, or doing the opposite, as long as you do both sides. So organs are here, abdomen, trunk. So many internal organs we're affecting as well. And now we're going to come down the outside and back of that hip, leg. Go as far as you can. Energetically, even physically, you're coming down to behind the ankle. Pivot on the heel to open that thigh up. And come up the inside and the front of the leg into the groin area. Pivot on the heel again. And we're going to come down the back and outside, lovingly paddling. Breathing as we do so. Appreciating every part of our body that we see and we touch. Pivot on the heel. Come up the inside and front of the leg. And then just a little bit all over the belly. You can bounce here a little bit with that. Remember your bungee cord at the top of your head. And then we're going to swing around. Keep doing your stomach. I'm just going to change my little battery pack here. And we're going to cup the back of the waistline. That can be anywhere from the sacrum to the back of the waistline. You can even use your inner fists to go up a little higher. Again, whatever you can reach. And let's give this some sound. Any sound you like. That's for the kidneys. And then just give those kidneys a nice little rub. I'm using the backs of my hands, but some of you might really like to use your palms. So again, lots of leeway here. And then take a moment and let your palms or the backs of your hands rest at the small of your waist and grow tall. Root your feet and breathe here. At this point, we want to feel the breath plumping into our hands. And feeling whatever tingling or circulation that you've cultivated. So you feel how significant these subtle energy practices really are. Okay, now I'm going to do a little costume change here. Just place my pack. We're going to come to standing, and we're going to do our little flow, starting with Buddha holds up the world. So we begin with our palms. I'll come a little closer to show you the hands, because this is about spiraling the arms. So we start with the palms up, and we start to rotate the hands so that when the hands come up overhead, we've got the fingertips pointing in and the palms lifting up the world. And then we rotate the hands back to this position. And the next movement we're going to do is to rotate the palms to press down to the earth, and then they rotate back. So you'll notice that this position is going to happen twice. One time we're going to inhale and we're going to hold up the world here, and then as we exhale, the hands do a slow motion tumble to come back, and then we inhale and we really press down and rise up, and we exhale and the hands return. So let's just start doing that because it works itself through. So take an exhalation here. The knees can be a little bit soft. As you inhale, the hands turn and you're rising energy through your whole body and you're touching the sky, holding up the world. As you exhale, you don't shrink, but the hands come back and rest in front of your center. Now on the inhale, the hands turn down and you rise up powerfully. And then exhale, you bring the hands back. The knees can bend on every exhale. Inhale, you're taking your whole breath to expand. And exhale, the knees soften, but you don't shrink the spine. Inhale, the legs straighten because you're rising. And exhale, you relax. Let's do that again. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale the earth, and exhale, relax. Inhale, you're holding up the world. Exhale, gotta relax. And inhale, you're holding the earth. And exhale, relax. Now we're going to do exactly the same movement, but we're going to alternate the arms, and this will create a beautiful side stretch. So on the inhale, start to take your right hand up and your left hand down. So by the end of the inhale, both hands are pressing and you get a lovely lengthening. And then exhale, the hands slow motion tumble and they come back. We did the warm up so that your body remembers. And inhale, the palms are rotating. You want to end up with the palms facing away from you, so pressing the sky and the earth. And exhale, you soften the knees as the hands come back to neutral. Inhale, the hands are rotating and you're pressing. You might even stretch more to open up that side. And exhale, you're relaxing. Start to have fun with it. If the opposition arms feel like they're making you less relaxed, just go back to the original exercise. Inhale is when you're opening yourself up. Exhale is when you're relaxing. Inhale is when you're opening the channels. Really press the earth and the sky here. Exhale, soften with the hands receptively. Let's do one more set today. Inhale, pressing through the heels of the hands. Last one. And we'll do one more. Buddha holds up the world. So both hands together. Inhale, you press the feet into the earth, the hands to the sky. Exhale, relax. One more to lift up the world. Inhale, energy coming through the legs, reaching up. And this time, exhale, paint a giant rainbow of energy and light around yourself. Soften the knees and just settle the energy. Settle the energy, acknowledge our beautiful earth. Think about ways that we can be loving and kind to her today, to our bodies that are part of her earth, to each other, to our resources. And let's step the feet together comfortably. Fold the web between the thumb and the index finger. Rest the hands low on your low belly, wherever your arms and elbows allow. Connect to the sky, connect to the earth, and connect to your breath. See if your breath feels a little longer, fuller, slower. We've opened up some channels for deeper respiration. We've come together to slow down. Feel how the sky supports you from above and the earth supports you from below. And see yourself whole, radiant, a very robust immune system, kindness to self and others. And that brings us to a close today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see some of you again soon. Keep smiling, breathing, and being gentle with yourself and with others. Many blessings.